Hey guys, it's your boy Shaymin here, and we are going over these next patch's notes. Now, I've heard a little bit about them, I've read a little bit about them, and they seem solid. They finally kill a problem with the meta where giant poison is just everywhere you see. It's not a gigantic change, it may not be the best, but I mean, there could have been more done. I won't deny that. But we're going to go over these patch notes, and I'm just going to tell you my opinions on all these, what I think they're going to do to the meta game, just everything that I think is going to happen due to this. But just enjoy my replay of me playing. I was kind of just thinking, you know what, I'd like to do this while I play, but if I do it while I play, I'm not going to be able to focus very well, and that's going to be a bit of a problem. So, let's jump right into it. It's 2:30 in the morning. I am exhausted, so I hopefully don't drone on a lot and bore you guys to death, because that's not something I want to do. But the first change that is in the patch notes is the giant. They're decreasing the hit points of the giant by 5%. And they say that they feel like they didn't pull enough power from him, that he's still too powerful as he is, which I think the last patch they took, they increased his hit points by, I don't know how much, I know they increased it by a little bit, but they also decreased his damage by about 5 or 10%. So that did quite a bit to him. But now they're beating down on him even more, taking hit points from him, so he can't just tank a tower nearly as much as he could. On a 3000 HP hit point, whatever you want to call it, on a 3000 hit point giant, 300 hit points is going to make a little bit of a difference. It's not going to make the biggest difference, but it's still going to make a difference. It's going to make giant poison a little bit harder to run, but that's not what the biggest thing is here. The poison is no longer going to slow movement in their attack speed. So they say that thematically poison's thing is damage over time, so we question whether it needs to slow, and they didn't think it did. So now all it's going to do is just damage over time. The poison, the way that's slowed, and it just helped out with most decks, you know? Like, I used to run it on my hog deck that you're seeing right now, but I changed that to freeze after I saw these patch notes because I thought, this isn't going to flow with this deck much anymore. It's not going to help with slowing down pushes and taking down what we need it to. So I just thought, how about I run the freeze instead? This is going to make freeze a lot more viable, and I am totally cool with that. Freeze hasn't gotten nearly enough love in the meta since the last patch, so Freeze is just going to get in there and do work. Alright, give me 1 second, I just got to get the next replay up. I use a different deck against a buddy of mine in the clan who's pretty cool, but I'm just going to show you that I 3-crown him with a little fun deck, which is, ironically, Giant Poison. So that's the next change, but here is one that really gets me. The Elixir Collector, the cost is going up to 6 from the original 5, and the gain is going to be increased from 7 to 8, and the lifetime is going to increase by 10 seconds. Therefore, it's a big risk here, because if you want to get a good push going, if you want to make sure that you don't waste too much Elixir at the beginning, you're in trouble. I hate to say it, but you're kind of in trouble here. Because I used to run the Elixir Collector, as you can tell in this deck, it came in handy a little bit sometimes, but it's not as easy to use if you're not very experienced anymore. Because with this, you're going to have to play it at the exact right times, you're going to have to be able to predict your opponent's moves and just go at it after that. But what they're thinking is that they're giving you more counterplayability by doing this. And I think it's a really smart idea, because the Elixir Collector runs in way too many decks, and it's effectively going to shut down Giant Poison even more, which I am totally okay with. As, just trust me, Giant Poison going against it in tournaments, it was extremely annoying to me. But that's okay, because they changed that now, so hopefully Giant Poison won't be running rampant everywhere, because it just got really annoying. Sorry, Mark, I'm not singling you out, dude. Your Giant Poison deck did get me up a little bit, so I won't deny that it's a very good deck when used right. But that's a big change coming. Now here's one that bothers me. the log is getting heavily buffed. Its damage is increasing by 9%. Not to mention, it rolls faster and further. That's insane. This is going to shut down so many pushes because this is going to hit a hog, push it back, and put it in enough range for the tower to shoot it and take it down in a matter of a couple hits before it can even hit the tower. So the log is going to be overpowered. The log is already extremely useful. I mean, I've gone against people with the log, and they just go in. They are just impossible to get past. Like, I'm sorry, but the log is already too overpowered. I don't know what Supercell was thinking here. I don't know what log they've been using, but apparently I guess they don't know how to use it. Sorry, Supercell, I'm not holding back here. But now we've got an actually crazy one that I didn't expect. The Skeleton Army's elixir cost is being decreased from 4 to 3. The skeleton count is decreased to 16 from 21, and the skeleton level is increased by 5. I think, if I'm correct, the normal skeleton army is level 4 skeletons. So they're going to be up to... I think they're going to be up to tournament standard. Honestly, I don't remember what level they are when you... Level 1, level 2, I don't remember. But this is actually a very interesting change. I don't know how that's going to work. That's going to be mind-blowing. I'm going to have to try out the skeleton army to test out these changes and see if they actually work effectively, or if it's just a change to hype up the skeleton army and try to see more people use them. But next we've got two very small changes, which are one and the same. The ice golem and the golem are both going to deal death damage to flying troops. So this is really going to help out with bringing the golem back into the meta, because minions and everything would just go ham on the golem, and they go insane on the ice golem. I mean, if you're running a zap, you might be able to save it for a little while, but you still might be in trouble. But those are the two changes there. Like, I have had a golem deck just sitting there, right here, just waiting to come out. I've got this deck waiting. I'm going to put out a video with this deck the day that this update drops, just so I can show that the golem might work a little bit better now. I don't know why I'm thinking golem hog. I'm going to distract with the golem and get the hog running up the other side. I might be fine. It's a very risky deck, but I feel like it can work. But yeah, guys, I think overall these changes are just... they're good, yet they're bad at the same time. I'm waiting to see how they play out, how they change the meta. And I'm hoping it's for the positive, because I don't want to see Giant Poison just running rampant everywhere. Everyone's using it. Everyone knows it. It's good they're addressing this so quickly, you know? I mean, Giant Poison was extremely overpowered if you had someone that knew how to use it. It could win. You could be levels below somebody and still beat them with that deck. So I just want to thank you guys for listening to me ramble on about these updates. Hopefully I kind of helped you out with understanding the updates and knowing what they're going to do. And I just hope I didn't ramble on too much. Like I said, it's 2:30, 2:40 in the morning, and I'm extremely tired, so I don't want to bore you guys with it, but thank you guys for watching so much, and I'll see you in the next one.